I have a ton of puff pastry in the freezer, so let's throw something quick, something easy together. I came up with this idea and it's perfect for breakfast or for lunch. It's kind of like a tart. So this is my puff pastry and I do have this tart uh, form that has like a bottom that can be removed, but it's a puff pastry, so it's not gonna stick to it anyway. It's so buttery. I have these ones and there's two identical, so I'll be able to make two tarts with it. I just have to stretch out my dough a little bit because sometimes these come in different shapes, and this one is a little bit smaller than the one I usually use, but that's okay. I stretch it out a little bit and it's gonna work just fine. I'm gonna cut it in half and one is gonna go in each, and yeah, it's a little bit too long, but I can still kind of maneuver it and just get it in as well as I can. Not everyone's gonna have the same baking forms at home. You just really have to find the one that will suit you. You might even have to cut off some of these edges because it's a little bit too long. That's okay. I can just cut that off and bake it on the side. This is the second one. And I'm about preheating my oven right now to 375. I'm using a conventional oven, so that has to be lower. If you're using a regular oven, I would say put it to 390. Puff pastry needs to go into a hot oven. And I'm adding a little bit of pesto, not a homemade one, but it's okay, whatever pesto you can get your hands on, and this will help to guide the pastry where to grow, because where it's gonna be wet, it's not gonna grow that much, because we need those edges kind of to stay in shape, because I'm gonna crack an egg in it. This is my pride and joy. I love this Breville convention oven. I'll have a link down below. It can toast, it can broil, it can warm up. I love it, and it's so small, and it also uses less electricity than a regular oven. It also comes with like a pizza tray and that other one that I don't really use. I usually just I'm able to put like casserole dishes in here or use like the smaller tray for like roasted things. Done. I baked this halfway for 9 minutes, just so that the puff pastry can bake halfway before I add the eggs. And I'm helping it a little bit to press down on the middle where it kind of got some air. I felt like I needed a little bit more pesto. You can add pesto as much as you want at the beginning, as much as you like, not too much, just to have like a little bit on the bottom. We don't want it to be too wet. And for the cheese, I'm also kind of creating a border, like a little nest-ish. It's just gonna help the egg to stay in place. Prosciutto, I'm cutting this in little pieces and also kind of creating a border. It's gonna help that egg to stay in place, and I prefer to get like bite-sized prosciutto. That way when I bite into it, it will not pull the whole thing off, and also creating a little nest with it basically. So it's gonna be like my edges, borders to keep my eggs in place. So one egg is gonna go in each side. Oh, it ran a little bit, but it's okay. We can save it. We saved it. Look at that. Ooh, so good. I mean, this thing costed about, like both of them together, about $4 for the two. In a restaurant, it will be at least 14. This is going back into the oven for another 10 minutes ish until the bottom is golden brown, and the eggs are to your liking. I like it to be like a little bit runny on the yolk part. As long as the whites are cooked, I'm good, and I'm topping it with some fresh basil, and we are done, ready to eat. This took maybe 25 minutes with everything, like putting everything together. Super easy, pretty cheap, quick to make. I ate this whole thing. I sliced it in half. That's 2 slices, and it was phenomenal. So good, little cheesy. We got the pesto, we got the prosciutto, and because the prosciutto is salty, I did not salt my eggs, so just black pepper on top, and this is what it looks like in half, in the middle. So delicious, so delicious. I can't even say anything else.